Hello everybody. I wanted to take a look at this knife while I was out here. I got it probably 3 weeks ago maybe. This is the Spyderco Perrin Street Bowie. Kind of a larger version of the Street Beat, Spyderco Street Beat. Got a real nice sheath. Pretty standard Spyderco fare. Interesting rivets though, I've not seen those before. G-clip. And the knife is FRN handle with some inserts, some kind of rubber type inserts. I forget exactly what it's called, but a little cold out here, so excuse me if my nose is running a little bit. But you'll see some jimping up on top here that continues into the FRN handle, and that is jimping cut into the FRN, not the steel. I don't know if that's how far the steel goes. Somewhere online there is a picture of an X-ray picture of what's inside here, so you could probably find that. You can see some kind of lighter marks in the jimping there. It came like that directly from Spyderco. Fairly thick, I guess. If we were to compare it to, what do I have here? Compare it to the South Fork. You can see it is slightly thicker than the South Fork, it looks like. Not by much, but slightly, I would say. I've been really loving the South Fork. Awesome knife. But anyway, that's not what the video is about. You got a DLC coated blade, black blade. This one's got the trademark Spyderco hole, which the old one did not. You can see it's engraved, not etched, Spyderco Perrin. And again, engraved VG10 Japan. And this is actually a little bit soft. Now, I never owned one of the old ones, so I was excited to get this knife, but I'm actually not sure if I'm going to hold on to it or not. The grip is interesting in that the choil is so big that the grip ends up quite thin. I mean, look at this. So, I mean, you can't even, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure you do. You can't really grip onto it real good. And that's kind of a bummer. I've never owned a Street Beat either. I don't know if the handle's exactly the same, other than obviously the material is obviously different, but I think the handle would be about the same as this one. And I just don't know, for actually using it, not too crazy about the grip actually. And also, the other thing that I was disappointed in when I got it, and again, it's pretty, for me it's pretty major, is that it's pretty thick behind the edge. I mean, it's like 0.3 inches thick behind the edge. So I was kind of hoping for kind of a performance, you know, because especially, I mean, I could even tell looking at it online that this little part, you know, this part is questionable as far as the grip. This part right here, right where the choil is. So I was thinking, well, hopefully if it's thin and it's a slicer, you know, then that's okay, because you're not going to put a ton of effort into, you know, with a real thin slicer. But this is definitely not that. It's even thicker than you know, a lot of knives. thicker than Strider SNG behind the edge, some of them anyway. So it's kind of a bummer for me. You can see here it's got the swedge up front, unsharpened obviously, or not obviously, but it is unsharpened. I mean, it's a really nice looking knife. I do like the looks of it. Sheath is nice, and it would be comfortable for light use. But again, you really have to put a lot of force in for any real cutting because of how thick it is behind the edge. And yeah, so there's something else I was going to say just shot out of my head. I don't remember what it was. So this is the Street Bowie, the Spyderco Street Bowie, and I guess it's really just a tactical knife, I guess. That's my impression. It's not a super slicer. You can't, the grip isn't real conducive to really hard, you know, power use. So I think it's a tactical blade, and that's about it. So I might pass this one on, sell this one, we'll see. Anyway, that's my relatively first impressions on the Spyderco Street Bowie, Perrin Street Bowie. I definitely wanted to like it. We'll see. Thanks, guys, and we'll see you on the next video.